Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early November 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's get it going here, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for Libra here in the early part of Scorpio season? What's happening for my good friends? Please and thank you. And yeah, what energies, messages, insights can we pull? Yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the beautiful Libra collective early November. What's the vibe? What's the energy? What's going on around us? There it is. Okay, that one almost flew off the desk here. Very in-depth type of energy for some reason. There's a lot of creativity though, but I'm picking up a lot of intensity off of the vibe that it's making me feel. It just feels very intense for one reason or another. There's a lot of moving parts that I'm feeling from this that I don't normally do. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So normally I see this a lot in water sign readings, and I always link it to the creative juices flowing and the mind going. And the same could go for the Libra collective. You might just have a lot on your mind. I mean, you are an air sign, after all, and air signs do have very active minds, but this one is like a little more imagination linked. I don't want to say fantasizing, but it's just a lot of thought going through your head. So, I mean, maybe your mind's in a lot of different places. Maybe you're dealing with a lot of different energies. This feels way more complex than I normally feel it. Okay, so for a lot of Libras in this time, you might need some sort of outlet, energetic outlet. So whether it's a creative pursuit, creative endeavor, whether it's physical activity, there's just a very strong, intense internal energy that I'm picking up off this card, and you may need an outlet for it. That's the big thing that's coming through here. For a lot of you, any sort of creative pursuit, creative endeavor could bring good things. So whether you're doing it for fun, like writing, art, music, you name it, it could be good for personal growth, but it could also be good for business and stuff like that. So there's good energy there if you could channel it properly. So just don't let your mind get away from you when this is here. We're going to leave her right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here. See what we got for the lovely Libras. What's happening? And yeah, while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled The Massive Improvement, and I did like it. And the way the energy progressed to me was like, okay, this is getting better. This is getting way better. It's like something that was like on a nice incline moving upward. So hopefully that energy sticks around for quite a while. You know, the energy could bleed over from week to week, but it was something getting better in a big way. But yeah, let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards for the lovely Libras in early November in Scorpio season. What's going on here for my Libras? Thank you. Okay, we're starting with the Wheel of Fortune. Intense. Now, that is a very positive card. I do love that. So luck could be on your side. But again, I'm picking up this underlying intensity for one reason or another. Let's get a couple more. Thank you. Okay, so we got the 4 of Swords, so it's like a stutter step. It's like, okay, it's going, maybe not. It's like second guessing type of energy, where it's like, okay, this is moving along, maybe it's not. All right, you're gonna have a bonus this week, so there is a lot of air energy showing up here. We do have the 8 of Swords, which is a little stressed out, and then right here on the back end, just for good measure, we have the 5 of Wands. So we have a bit of a mixed bag here this week, Libra, and I don't feel like it's all bad. I feel for a lot of you, you might need to, there might be something you're either recovering from or you just need to let it heal for whatever reason. But let's go through. I'm getting a lot of things at once. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. But before we do, I first glance, looking down here, elementally, it ties into what I was picking up here in the very beginning. Remember, I was saying there's like a lot going on. There's a lot of intensity. There's a lot of mental energy. And it's all showing up here within this reading as well. Because we do have this Wheel of Fortune, which is good. It's a good luck charm. We got double sword energy, which is air, which is of the mind. It could also be communication. And we have this 5 of Wands here on the back end. So it's like, like the energy's all over the place. So it's more scattered than I'm used to feeling for a Libra reading. So I think we're going to have to really discern it piece by piece, because it could be all one situation or different aspects of the same thing. It all really depends. But let's go through one by one and build this out. Position number 1, we are starting with the Wheel of Fortune. Complex card. Very positive card, one of my absolute favorites. And I always say this is my 4-leaf clover. It's my good luck charm. Usually the universe is on your side when this card is here, and it's really nice to see. It's really nice to feel. So for a small portion of Libras out there, maybe you're wanting to try your luck or test your luck in one way or another. The Wheel of Fortune can shift quickly. It can go up, it can go down, it could go sideways, all around, rapidly, fast, unexpected. That's the one drawback, or one of the drawbacks of this card. Now, it is also Jupiter energy, so again, very lucky, extremely expansive. I do link this to Pisces, Sagittarius type of vibes. So this can be really good for you. But again, it's so fast and rapid and unexpected, surprising type of vibe. It just moves quick. It can represent the cycles of life. The Wheel of Fortune is karmic as well, so it could represent beginnings, endings, or just cycles that we're progressing through. So this is a very important card within this week's reading. And it's moving, it's expanding. That's why the next card is like, okay, because this Wheel of Fortune is going, we got progress. Then boom, we have this 4 of Swords right here in the center, a card that's at rest. Now, this isn't a permanent ending. When I see this card, to me, it is more like rest, recuperation, possible taking a break, not putting so much energy into certain things. That could all be said here for a portion of you. This could represent spirituality. This could represent meditation. So if you're diving into stuff like that in this time, that's a great thing. But the 4 of Swords is at rest. It's a very healing type of card as well. So maybe some of you might be having interesting dreams in this time. This is one of my cards of dreaming and the paranormal, but it's stopped. So it's like an odd stutter step where it's like, okay, we're going, we're rocking, we're rolling, boom, maybe not. Okay, so for some of you, maybe you need a break from something. Maybe you need to recuperate or take a little bit of time when this card is here. The challenge of the 4 of Swords is that it could be frustrating. Okay, like when it shows up in reverse, it can give that stop, go type of vibe. But I mean, I guess it depends on the situation you're going through, but we will see. Now, moving to the back end, more swords, but in a totally different flavor. So we have the 8 of Swords here. You see this person surrounded by the swords. They're stressed, they're anxious. This is a cornered type of energy. Now, there are positives to this card as well, and I always say it. Every card has positives and challenges, just like this reading. It's a mixed bag this week, and that's fine. Every sign gets that from time to time. But for some of you, you might have cabin fever when this shows up, where you need to get out, or there could be something about your routine that you need to shake it up. There could be a situation or a problem that you're really stressing over when this is here. If that's not you, it could be someone you're connected to where like mentally they're not having the best time when this card is here. It's like imprisoned in your own thoughts. That's what I think of when I see this card. But the good thing about it is not permanent, just like with this 4 of Swords. So yeah, it might be problematic. It might be an issue or a problem, whatever we want to label it, but it comes and goes quickly. So it's like pulling the Band-Aid off, so to speak, where it's like, okay, well, that sucked, but I'll be okay. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. Or like, this isn't pleasant, but it's already over. It's like giving me that kind of vibe too, which is peculiar. So we'll want to see, again, this could just be somebody overthinking and stressed out. We don't have to like, really over exaggerate what the energy could be. On the back end for your bonus, we do have the 5 of Wands, a card of determination, forward movement, forward progress. This is good. It's a can't give up, won't give up, but then again, at the same time, it is conflict. We see 5 people beating the crap out of each other with sticks. So when I see this, whether it's emotional conflict, literal conflict, we'll just have to see. But I feel like it kind of encapsulates the reading itself, where it's like we have positive, fast-moving energy, we have energy that's not moving at all, and we have a wound-tight energy on the back end. So we are going to have to really dive deeper into all of this, my Libra friends. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here. What's happening? What is going on for my Libras? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on that wheel? And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. What's it doing here for my lovely Libras? What is going on? Okay. It kind of catches you off guard, or something that could catch you off guard. When I see the King of Swords in reverse, usually this is a card of somebody that has a plan. Now, remember, that's one of your cards as well. It's not always gender specific. So the fact that it's in reverse under the Wheel of Fortune, this could be a good thing. Like in the short term, maybe not, but in the long term, this could be a good thing. I feel for a lot of you, there could be surprising situations popping up. Things catching you off guard where it's like, okay, that moved a lot quicker than I thought it would, or I wasn't expecting it to work out that way. I just feel various, and we'll have to see how it plays out throughout the rest of the reading, because the King of Swords is straightforward, very logical, extremely intelligent, just like all the Libras are, but he has a plan. This is an energy. It's like, I have a plan, I have a strategy, and this is how it's going to go. When he shows up in reverse, it's like, all right, that plan's out the window, or that didn't work how I thought it would. So under a Wheel of Fortune, that's not a bad thing. I just want to make that very clear. This could be a good thing, even if it's not pleasant in the current form. Okay, so just know, for a lot of Libras, I feel like I picked this up for Gemini like a week or two ago, and now I'm getting it for you here in a very strong way. Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords in reverse. I mean, with that energy moving so quick, there could be various surprising situations that kind of just catch you off guard, which can be good. Okay, it all really depends. But let's keep moving forward. Let's not get stuck there. Let's see what that Four of Swords has. And for some of you, maybe it's still the ripple effects. If that's something that's already gone down, it could just be ripple effects. But let's see what that Four of Swords has. Why is the Four of Swords here for Libra? Thank you. Cool. Take some time for yourself. You know, I'll say this, Libra, some of you really might need a vacation or just some time to enjoy yourself. Okay. Especially with what we have going on here. I have the Four of Swords with the Three of Cups in the upright. Some of you need a break, okay? Or some of you just need to do something that you enjoy, or have some time for yourself, pamper yourself, treat yourself. It's giving me that kind of vibe. And I know Libra is ruled by Venus, so especially in this time, if like you haven't treated yourself to something in quite a while. When I see the Four of Swords, very healing, a card that's at rest, with the Three of Cups, very enjoyable. I feel like for a lot of you, this is kind of more of an advice from spirits. I'm like, listen, Libra, be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, treat yourself to something. Okay. And I know that's out there. I usually don't get that message. There's good here, but it's like interwoven with stress. That's the most peculiar thing, where it's like, okay, there's good, but then there's also this stressful type of energy. So hopefully whatever it is you're going through isn't like getting you a little too strung out by the ups and downs. But I like this Three of Cups. This gets a bad reputation. Of course, it could represent groups, group dynamics. Maybe some of you need to get in hermit mode and spend a little time by yourself. But when I see this cup of enjoyment, happiness, merriment, celebrating with the Four of Swords, I feel like for some of you, you might just need to be kind to yourself, treat yourself, or take a break. So let's keep moving forward. Let's see what's up. But yeah, some of you, your social batteries might be running low. That's another thing I'm picking up here. Let's go in on that Eight of Swords. Let's see what that has to say. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So what's going on? Imagine that, saying that a Libra's social battery is getting low. I mean, that's what I felt. So let's see what's happening with that 8. Why is that 8 of Swords here? What's that 8 of Swords? Thank you. 2 of Swords. Okay. So yeah, the proverbial mixed bag here. Okay, and I think we're just going to have to see how the energy moves throughout the rest of the month, because to me, this is kind of like the mirror of what we have here in the front, where it's like, yeah, no, this could be an unexpected or surprising situation, but the result could be good. Then this one, it's like, oh, this is way more stressful than it should be, or way more stressful than I thought it should be. The 2 of Swords in the upright could be a little indecisive, so there could be a small portion of Libras out there. There could be something you're feeling a little indecisive about, where you're not sure where to go next or what to do. It's giving me that kind of vibe, where this is stressed, anxious, nervous type of energy I'm picking up here on the back. So maybe it's someone you're connected to and they're all wired out and stressed out. But when I see the Two of Swords, it is a card of mystery. Underneath the Eight of Swords, like, oh, I don't know what's next, or I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how this is going to turn out. So it's the mixed bag, straight up. So the Two of Swords here under the Eight of Swords, just try your best to cool the anxiety and nerves. Okay, maybe it ties into what we were seeing here in the center, like pull your energy back or treat yourself to something could be very important. But I'm still picking up the surprising or unexpected situations in both camps. Okay, like for the positive, for the best, and then one that might be a little more stressful than you expect it to be. Okay, so let's go through and do a quick recap. Yeah, that's another thing, like that, more than someone bargained for. Getting a lot of different energies off this. But let's, and notice, Four Swords, One Cups, there's a lot of internal stuff happening here. But let's go through piece by piece and do the recap before we get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the fast-moving wheel with the King of Swords in reverse, so unplanned things. Something that might catch you off guard. I feel like this is one that could be stressful initially, but does turn out well for you. But I mean, the energy is just very surprising to me. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. Moving to the center, we have the Four of Swords with the Three of Cups. I feel like for most of you, this is advice. Now, a portion of you might need to get into hermit mode for a while, especially if your social batteries are running low. But for another portion of you, I feel like you need to treat yourself or pamper yourself or just do something nice for yourself, because it feels good to do, right? Like, it could really help you in some form, like to blow off some steam. Moving to the back end, we have the Eight of Swords with the Two of Swords in the upright, which opposite of what we had here up the front. So whether it's indecisiveness or nervousness about the future, it's just very wound tight. So I do feel like in this time, like, there could be a mix of really good positive things that could be coming in, but at the same time, there could be things that really stress you out. So beware of that. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's get you a shadow card. So let's see what's going on for the lovely Libras. What's happening for my friends? And yes, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a bad thing. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out here. What's in the shadows for my Libra friends? Thank you. 10 Cups, good. This is a good shadow card to come out, especially with a reading like what we just saw, where it's like, yeah, no, there's good. Kind of felt like the Libra scales, right? Like, where there's good possibility, but then there's this stress type of vibe. One of the more positive cards that we can get in the shadows. Now, the 10 of Cups does have some challenges of its own, and I must say, the shadow side of this card can represent hyper intense emotion and feeling. Okay, so just know in this time you could be feeling things a little deeper than you normally do. But the 10 of Cups is wish fulfillment. It's a win or a victory. And even though it shows up here within the shadows, it might not be very blatant. All might not see it, but something could be for the best. Okay, or how something went, or when it popped up, like, it may not have been perfect, but it's for the best. I don't know why that message is coming through, but it is. The only thing I would watch out for, aside from the intense emotion when I see this 10 of Cups in the shadows, is overindulgences, especially if there's something you've been trying to quit, if there's something you've been trying to curb, a habit of some sort or a behavior. This card shows up, it's like, screw that, I'm doing what I want. So just watch out for that energy in this time. I mean, if you want, I mean, you could do what you want. No judgment here. All right, so yeah, Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details, the November subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my all-time favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you feel is the most misunderstood? And if you're new to tarot completely, which one do you have a little trouble with understanding its meaning? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.